Thousands of schools closed on March 20th, 2020, after a directive by the president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, due to the rampant spread of COVID-19 in its genesis.
It is wise that we temporarily remove these concentration points by closing all the primary and secondary schools, pre-primary, as well as all the universities and tertiary institutions for 1 month, starting with Friday, the 20th of March, 2020, starting at midday.
Millions of students had to return home and transition to a series of online classes if they could afford it, or wait for schools to be reopened if they couldn't. Life has since then not been the same for students across the world, the African continent, especially here in Uganda, where schools were closed for the longest period, which was 2 years. As an organization that believes that storytelling can make the world a better place, we asked journalism students from different universities how COVID-19 has impacted the future of journalism education and what their experience of learning has been for the past 2 years.
What I miss the most is the physical classes with the teachers, the one-on-one experience. 2, the discussions as a group. And then 3, I also miss the fact that we get to go for internship as students.
Discussion, talking a lot of things about the studies. And another thing which I missed was, you can have jazz with friends face to face, all that.
Well, I miss, the daily routine, waking up very early, going to class, interacting with teachers, different students, being in arguments, you discuss, you disagree. I feel I miss all that.
I would define the lecture of the pandemic as Zoom. That is the biggest way of defining it. Now, Zoom is a new app that was designed to help people meet, but not meeting in the same space, right? So because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I had to embrace Zoom as the teacher. And in this case, the teacher would sit wherever they were and start to dictate and start to explain for you the notes from the comfort of where you are. So it's something that we adapted as Kampala University to help the students continue studying.
As someone who introduced me to learn a new app, that is Moodle, because that is something our university in Kozi adopted too, which made us, transition from being in class and then online, introduced us to quite a number of things. Would get coursework, do it from there, do exams, do it from there, they mark and then give you back feedback, they call you, tell you this and that. I think that was my lecture of the pandemic.
We get to do our exams online and our studying online through the Moodle app, where we get to learn, you engage your lecturer, and then 2, you also submit your coursework and do the exam as well.
As we are going to another 4th generation, that is digital, I see as a journalism, we are going very far because a broadcast now is well used in internet platform like social media and different blogs, all that. So you find these using newspapers or going to the TV, it's not necessary anymore.
The future of journalism looks like a one that is going to be for content creators. For people who are going to do the work, not the people who are sitting at the comfort of their homes and reading the different manuscripts that have been given to them by their lecturers. You have to leave your comfort zone. You have to go to the field and you have to tell those stories. Because if you think you're going to just sit because you have a bachelor's degree, maybe look for a job in terms of you want to present, you want to anchor news, but then you're not creating impact. So I think after this COVID-19 pandemic, the future looks like it's for those that are willing to go an extra mile. Those who are willing to go and meet the people, tell the stories that are resonating with what the people are going through.
In the future, there will be a lot of innovation, technology, and we shall end up having things like robots. I feel like there will be robots who do the reporting, who do the anchoring of news. That is how far I feel the future of journalism is.
I happened to study with a couple of students where we came up. The president had set up guidelines that were confusing the public. The regulations with curfew, the masking up, the SOPs that were moving around. So we came up with an innovation to guide young people out there on what these rules mean and what they should do, apply. And this is through legal awareness, educating them and making sure they get to know what these regulations mean that the president set up and whether the president is allowed to do such. Yes.
Well, in the pandemic, I got to do some stories. I got to reach out to the community because it seemed everyone was really affected by the whole effect of COVID-19. People's businesses were down, people didn't have money and all that. So I got a chance of reaching out to the community, interacting with them, getting stories, health stories. And yeah, that is what I did.
I would say, to me, a pandemic was a blessing in disguise, not to just ridicule people who maybe lost their relatives, but it was more something I got to rediscover who I was. So I started up, and a team of mine, we started up an online television where we are broadcasting for our people. We came up with an innovation of a mobile studio that traverses Kampala looking for our guests and also hosting them live on Facebook. And that was an innovation that is even going up now. It's thriving, it's growing. Right now we started up studios where you can actually be hosted and, talk to the people and direct you to their comfort of their palms, like on Facebook, on YouTube, where they just sit at home, where someone is in a matatu, whether they are on a boda, they can actually watch you in real time. And we also started a fact-checking show. Because of COVID-19, there are different misinformation that was going on social media. So as students, we decided, why don't we start up a fact-checking show that is going to bring credible information to the viewers, because COVID-19 had brought a lot of misconceptions.
As the second wave of COVID-19 rages on in Uganda, different theories have been escalating on social media, showing how one can self-medicate for COVID-19. Among the many is the use of the blue potter weed, commonly known as Kalirusambrida, as remedy for the disease. In response, different people are steaming using this herb in hope of treating COVID-19. To debunk this, my name is Edgar Matthew Karuhanga. Welcome to the Debunk Show.
Debunk.
So generally for me, those are some of the innovations I started up on my team in order for us to also change some narratives. And why not change the narrative of fake information and fake news on social media?